Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect.
Excellent. So welcome all of you to our session that is an open chat session today. We just thought that every month we will have one open discussion where we would like to hear from everyone, discuss how you are doing things in your classroom, and maybe share your experiences of what to do and what not to do. But before that, we have a very exciting announcement to make. So let me start by introducing myself really quick. Most of you guys know I am Reshma Honap. I'm the leader of GEG Pune. And my Twitter handles are there. And my email address is reshma.gegindia@gmail.com. So as we started this activity, Dr. Varia and Dhruvil both were interested. Dr. Varia was an excellent active participant, and I'm very happy to announce that Dr. Varia applied to Google to start his own GEG Ahmedabad, and he is the selected leader for GEG Ahmedabad. Congratulations, Dr. Varia. And we also have Dhruvil. Dhruvil at the same time was also interested, and he is also going to be a co-leader with Dr. Varia, and we cannot wait to hear more wonderful things from GEG Ahmedabad. So that is then a most exciting announcement. There will be something more coming up by the end, so stay tuned. I have also, we have together made a website where we are loading all these recordings. We will be putting in all the resources also, so you don't have to look for everywhere. So there is a GEG Pune website as well, where you can go check out what's the upcoming events, recording of the old events, the calendar of events that we keep updating, and some resources for Google certified educator exams, as well as some websites which might help you in the classroom. So I would like to start with this question first. So Dr. Varia, you want to take over?
Yeah, fine. So since being an open chat, first of all, thanks Reshma for introducing us and again honoring us with this GEG leader title. Yes, we'll be having more announcements at the end of the session. So we'll continue with open chat at this point of time. So the question here is, being an open chat, we would like to know and understand actually how you people are practicing Google Classroom, or how are you able to conduct your online sessions. So the question goes is, how do you teach online? And as a teacher, what is your good practice that you use daily for remote teaching? Okay, now this is the basic question. I'll just type down the question, and we will have a short round. We'll just intake 3 inputs from the members here. So we would like to have audio sessions from these opinions from these 3 members. Those who are interested, they can put up into the chat. So the question 1 is, right, how do you teach online as a teacher? What is your good practice? What is your good practice? Just a moment. A good practice that you use daily for remote teaching. So we are going to take, we're going to take the 3 entries for this. I posted the question into the chat. Anyone who is willing to answer, we are glad to have teachers from Rosary School. I think they are doing wonderfully well in their classes. They can also volunteer to share their expertise, and we have people from different parts of the world as well. So 3 entries for this. Rest we can always have the chat continue. So once again the question, what is your practice of teaching online? What do you do? How do you start the class? How do you accept the students? Gaurav is there. Gaurav, you answered the first one. Gaurav, would you like to come online? Gaurav and Sangeeta ma'am.
Feel free to mute yourself, and I will be, me and Dhruvil are taking small notes, and we will put them all together after this slide for all of us to have it later also. So just feel free to turn on your mic and chat.
Good evening.
Yes, Gaurav, very good evening. Glad to have you.
Sir, we are working with a Google Meet,
Okay.
and as we discussed earlier, we are having the admin control, and through admin control, we manage the class in such a way that each and every child who is joining there as normal user is coming to class, but we are controlling each and every activity. If any child who is coming beyond our institutional IDs, they are not allowed. We are having complete students with the institutional IDs, and the person who came through class code, to control that, we disable the class code also. So only and
Okay.
only by the institutional ID the child is joining who is having the permission.
So
Okay.
Gaurav, do you have any way of uploading your work, or um, how do you give them assignments and take the assignments from them?
Ma'am, we are working with the Google Classroom also. The work which we are giving to them is uploaded as assignment in the classroom. They upload it, they turn in the work, and we are checking it online. As we are having our term examination going on, the work we assign to them, the paper, and they are giving the replies to us.
Through scanning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, through scanning, no, sir. It is actually through scan. They scan the paper and send to you, right?
Yes, sir. They create the PDF and they upload it back.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay. Reshma, I would just request that you please make the presentation on so the question is quite properly visible on the screen.
To be on the safer side, sir, we disable the cameras daily. And as the exam is started first, the teachers are joining. They join the class first, then they enable the camera. So the admin control is there with the teachers only. Only one problem is there, due to any reason the net get disconnected. In that situation, the admin control goes to the person who joined first after the teacher. How we can get it back?
Okay. So you mean to say that you are controlling the cameras of students? How is it possible?
Sir, we are having two teachers in a class.
Okay.
One is presenting the paper, and the other one is monitoring the students through camera. Through Meet, the paper is presented to them, and all the kids are viewing the paper on the Meet, and the teachers are checking them through the Meet. Means online monitoring is going on.
Okay. So they are writing the paper on their desk. Is it a pen paper test, or is it that they are typing out the paper?
Sir, pen paper test.
And paper.
Pen paper
And
test.
one more thing we are using, we are sharing the paper through Chrome tab.
Through?
Chrome tab. The tab is there, Chrome tab. Through that we are sharing the paper.
Okay.
Means both the teachers are viewing the students simultaneously.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So when you
That-
say sharing the paper, that means you just show them the question on another tab, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And as the kids are saying to scroll the paper, the teacher scroll it, and again teacher started monitoring the students. One teacher complete monitoring, another with sharing monitoring is going on.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much for these inputs, because we would like to know how things are working and how we can take others' experiences and try to see what we can do. I also see Carmen had some idea here in the chat. Carmen, would you like to talk, please?
Okay, yes. Hi everyone.
Hello.
We have combined classes. Some classes are in school. It's primary school. I think less than 10 years old kids, and kids who are not so small, they have online class, and we share everything on Google Sites, or much more different apps. So it's not easy, but our students want to learn, so we are also want to learn with them. It's not so bad.
So, Carmen, what's the age group of the students that they are joining you in the classroom?
In the classroom is students from 7 years old until 13, 14, but online is only 13 and 14 now. But when we just online, there was all students online in March, April, May until July. But now we have combined classes.
Okay, that's great. That's great. And you
And
use Google Meet to have a live session, or is it just the classroom?
No, my school chose Teams. It's Office 3. It's Office. Yes.
Microsoft Teams.
Microsoft
Yes,
Teams. Yeah. All right.
Microsoft Teams.
Okay.
But we chose some teachers chose Google, and we combined that.
Mhm. Good to know, Carmen, because
Yeah.
it is very difficult to have a hybrid class, like some students in the class, some students learning from home. So,
Yeah.
so are
Yeah.
you the only teacher in the class, or there is one more teacher assisting you with this?
No, we have only one teacher because we can't mix teachers and we can't mix pupils. Nothing. We have to have only one because of COVID
Yeah.
situation. Yes.
Yeah, that's nice to know. Yeah, because we are getting so many good ideas in the chat also. So if I just read that Mukul said that she does crossword puzzles as assignments. So Mukul, would you like to give us some idea, like what do you do? And please feel free to talk in your original language, regional language, Hindi. मुझे भी समझ में आता है हिंदी. It is just just English. English is a.
Great, Reshma. That sounds great. Yeah.
So मैं भी हिंदी में बात कर सकती हूँ. And please feel free. So हमको चाहिए कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग बोले. Don't be worried. अब वो बस आदत की वजह से and it becomes a very common language English, इसलिए वो बार-बार English में बात होती है. But just feel free, जिसमें comfortable है, just please speak up.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Everyone, good morning to you, Reshma, and good evening to people, those who are there in India. And I'm using Google Meet and Classroom, Google Classroom also for assignments. And there I'm sending crossword puzzle and quizzes. So students are solving and sending me through WhatsApp. So there, from there I'm checking. And team we are also using. This is from my side.
Okay, nice to know. Nice to know.
I would wish to have inputs from Sangeeta ma'am. She had been putting up her own suggestions. Sangeeta ma'am, if you're listening, just kindly unmute yourself and please be open-minded.
Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
sir. Can I talk in Hindi?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
आप हिंदी में बात कर सकते हो.
Sir, generally we
जरा-
are
जरा-
using the Google Meet app.
हाँ, लेकिन जरा आप ऊंचे से बात कीजिएगा ताकि सबको अच्छे से सुनाई दे.
Okay, okay.
Volume.
Sir, generally we are using the Google Meet app for teaching, live teaching.
Okay. हाँ.
But our means response from parents is not that much.
अच्छा
तो
आप
पेरेंट्स को नहीं गूगल मीट यूज करना है.
Hello?
पेरेंट हैप्पी नहीं है गूगल मीट से, आपको कहना है.
हाँ, yes.
अच्छा आपकी स्कूल है वो रूरल स्कूल है या अर्बन स्कूल है?
Urban.
Okay. And which part of the कहाँ पे है आपका स्कूल, कहाँ पे?
Parbhani in Marathwada.
Okay.
अच्छा.
Maybe it could be the location issue or regional थोड़ा आपको changes रहेगा. हमारे स्कूल में भी थोड़ा ऐसा है, लेकिन हमने भी पेरेंट्स को कन्विंस किया है, हमारे टीचर्स पेरेंट्स को कन्विंस करते हैं, एंड उसको जो टाइम ठीक लगता है, मींस सुबह का टाइम हमने रखा है 7.
नहीं, हमने भी वैसा किया है सर, पूरा सुबह का ही टाइम है, मगर जो स्ट्रेंथ रहती है क्लास में वैसी स्ट्रेंथ गूगल ऑनलाइन क्लास में नहीं मिलती हमको, जैसा चाहिए वैसा रिस्पॉन्स रहते 20-25 स्टूडेंट, बट नॉट ऑल आर इंक्लूडेड इन दैट क्लासेस.
ओके.
तो संगीता मैडम, आपने ऐसा ट्राई किया है कि पेरेंट्स से एक बार मीटिंग किया गूगल मीट पे, कि वो भी देखेंगे कि कैसे मीट होता है और कैसे टीचर बात करती है?
नहीं, सब बोले तो टीचर वगैरह सब अच्छे हैं मॅडम, वो प्रॉब्लेम कोई नहीं है, मगर उनका कहना है की शाळाच नाही तर मग काय करायचं, ऐसा लाईक दॅट दे आर सेइंग इन मराठी.
राईट. नाही तर आपल्याला त्यांना कन्व्हिन्स हेच करायचंय की शाळा कुठूनही आपण घेऊ शकतो. सो
नहीं, रेशमा वो नहीं चलेगा, ये नहीं पा रहे हो
अभी आप लोग गुजराती में भी बात करो, हमारा दिस इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ इंडिया, राइट? हम किसी भी लैंग्वेज में बात कर सकते हैं. तो इसीलिए हमको ओपन सेशन चाहिए कि जस्ट फील फ्री, डिस्कस करो, सब लोग आइडिया हो.
मैडम मला काय, मुझे ऐसा कहना है कि जो अभी लास्ट सैटरडे में जो संगीता गुलाटी मैडम ने गुलाटी मैडम स्लाइड शो बताया उन्होंने, डेमो.
यस.
या
तर त्या प्रकारे जर तुम्ही उस टाइप से तुमने हमको बताया तो अच्छा रहेगा मैडम.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, हम लोग इनपुट लेंगे ये.
हाँ, तो वैसा बताया तो कैसा होगा, सबको समझ में आया. वो सेशन बहुत अच्छा हुआ मैडम, क्योंकि बहुत डाउट्स क्लियर हो गए.
यस, वी अग्री. हम लोग वी विल मेक श्योर दैट ऐसा टाइप का सेशन हो जो इमीडिएटली क्लासरूम में आप लोग अप्लाई कर सकते हैं.
हाँ, दैट्स मींस, और इजी टिप्स बताओ, क्योंकि बच्चों को बताना, समझ में आना बहुत जरूरी है.
या बिल्कुल.
हाँ, ठीक है.
Thank you so much, Sangeeta ma'am. Should we move on to next question?
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Oh.
क्या हुआ?
I want to add something.
Yes,
Oh,
please.
sure.
Please.
Sure.
क्विज लेने से ना उनका काफी कुछ उनके डाउट्स क्लियर हुए और उन्होंने बहुत एंजॉय किया एक्चुअली. तो कभी कभी ऐसे बोर हो जाते हैं ना पढ़ते पढ़ते बच्चे, कि उनको ऐसे लगता है कि कुछ अलग चाहिए, कुछ नया चाहिए. रिवीजन के लिए भी क्विज ले सकते हैं. तो बच्चों ने बहुत एंजॉय किया. एक साथ मैंने क्लास में 130 स्टूडेंट्स थे, तो 130 एक साथ ज्वाइन कर सके. और एक तरफ मैंने लैपटॉप से ज्वाइन किया था मीटिंग, और मोबाइल से मैंने वो लिंक शेयर किया. तो मैंने लैपटॉप पे भी वो चालू रखा, तो जो बच्चे ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाए थे उनको भी क्वेश्चंस दिखते रहे.
Great.
Very nice. That is what I remember, Mukul. We were chatting and she discussed about like quizzes she wanted to give, and she said, "Can I? 130 students, can they do the quiz?" I said, "It does not show any limit, but try it, and if it doesn't work, let us also know." And I was very happy to know, because Mukul texted me after her class and she said, "Oh, it worked," and everybody was very excited.
Yes, it was.
So little change in the way of delivering or ideas, alag apps use karke. So that is exactly our actually good, Mukul, that you came up with this thing.
Excuse me, Reshma, I have a question for Mukul.
Yes.
Mukul, how did you actually go about creating the quiz? Because
Yes, Priya, that's our next question. So give me 1 second.
yeah, sure.
So let's swap the question here.
Okay, so
Dhruval?
Yes.
okay, so yeah, hello guys. So the second question are like, can you share at least the okay. So can you share at least the 3 free websites or apps which we are using or you are using for your online classroom? Like most of us are new to online classroom. Basically talking about all of us, so we are new. So basically I have find 5 to 7 things which we can roll out in the classroom, and we want to like to hear from you all also that what are the things which you use for the online coaching or for online classes, which is very good, right? So please, anyone can share, that will be good.
So we type the question here.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, anybody who would like to share what they used in the class and what worked and what was difficult or something like that?
Yeah, like basically about the quizzes as we speak up, so like.
Yes, Queasy is very simple. So using that, because format is already there, and only we have to type question, and everything, formatting, the background sound or animation, everything is there in Queasy. So that was easy. And Google Forms we can use. Puzzle for making puzzles. Teachers Corner is the website, teacherscorner.com. So from there we can make different types of crossword puzzles.
Okay.
I will share in the chat.
Then how do you incorporate?
Mukul, can you just repeat the next thing?
Sorry. After you create a quiz on the quizzes.com, how do you incorporate it directly onto the Google Classroom, or you save it some?
Link is there.
Link. Okay.
You can share link in the chat box.
Okay. So they will just open the link and start the quiz.
They can click on that link, or one website is also given there, joinmyquiz.com. So from there they can join
And then you get to see the results. How do you get to see the results? It's stored somewhere.
Yes. It will come on. Suppose I have sent link from my mobile. So on my mobile, all answers and all the total result was
okay. So, but suppose if I'm sharing from the laptop, then is it saved in some file? I mean, some Excel sheet or some Word file?
No. It is there in front of
because I guess for Google Forms, whatever you fill in, it gets saved in the Excel file, right?
Yes,
automatic an Excel file is created.
Yes.
Spreadsheet.
Spreadsheet, yeah. Okay.
Okay, I see Miss Narjeet has a lot of good ideas also. Miss Narjeet, would you like to talk?
Yeah, all these quizzes websites, they are really brilliant. You do not have to do a lot of hard work. I tell you, all the the background things are already there. You just have to input your questions. You just have to get a link and then share it with the children. As simple as that. I mean, with smaller children, though, this works really, this works really well. They all get hooked on to the class. So I always suggest, I tell my teachers also, all those from primary sections or middle sections, like for the senior ones, though, we are rushing with the syllabus and everything every now and then. But for the primary kids, I always tell my teachers to keep on making such quizzes, and we give them, like for Independence Day or for Gandhi Jayanti, etc. Also, we make quizzes and give them certificates also. Those who are doing it right and those who give it submit it first. So I think these are really brilliant websites where you can create quizzes. You just have to type in your questions. The rest is done by them. Believe me, the rest is all done by them. And the answers, etc. for the questions that you have given or the quiz you have given, they all get stored there only in the website. You just have to go and find out the place where you are getting the answers. It's not going to be any other location in your drives or something. You're going to find it there only. For that matter, even Flipgrid works very fine.
Yeah, Dr. Narjeet, would you just repeat the website name?
The names of the websites, sir?
Yes.
So there is QuizUp, there is Kahoot, there is Focal, there is Nearpod, there is Trivia. Trivia works well for senior children, and there is Zigmo. Zigmo also works well for senior children. And there are quizzes that are already made also. So many teachers have submitted so many quizzes. You can also, which is, you can just type in your search words, and I think the website comes up with a lot of quizzes that have already been submitted by the teachers.
Which is a portal that you mentioned contains the sample quizzes?
Quizlet also has it. QuizUp, all of them, almost all of them. So, Quizlet has its more.
If you go to quizzes, like I have used quizzes a lot of times. So if you type a subject, then there are public quizzes that teachers have already shared.
Yes.
So probably in your school also, if there are like 3 science teachers, you all decide that you make one quiz and share it with each one of them. So each teacher doesn't have to do the same work again and again. So
And for
there
all
is an
those
option to shuffle the questions, right? So they
yeah,
are
you can
copied.
shuffle, you can change, you can make a little changes. And all those who are preparing for this certification courses and everything, I would also suggest that you go there and find the quizzes. There are hundreds and hundreds of questions, probably which you can be tested on. So that is also a wonderful way to prepare for your certification courses for Google Certified Educator levels.
Excellent. And I will tell you, when I give my Google Certified Educator Level 1 and 2 exam, I actually went to the quizzes and I did all the practices.
Even I am doing it, and it is really, really nice, really nice. I mean, you get 100 questions in one quiz, and you feel as if you have covered all the units in one go. Like it takes you 20 minutes, and then you can cover all the units that are there. So that is one excellent way of preparing for your examination also.
And like we have seen that kids nowadays like to see what ranking they have and how ahead are they away from other kids in the classroom. These quizzes shows you the leaderboard. So and these quizzes can be taken multiple times. So they are excited. The intention behind it is that the child is learning. So let him take as many times as he wants to take the quiz to be on the top of the leaderboard. So redoing the quizzes is fine. Yeah.
So that quizzes for primary sections to work very, very well, really well. They get very excited when they get, and we issue them certificates, and it does no harm. It's all good. Yeah, so they are very happy to do quizzes and to be on top on the leaderboard and get certificates for that also. So they are really happy doing all that.
Yeah, I think Reshma, that's a good discussion. Shall we proceed to the next question?
No, actually, sir, I want to add one thing.
Yes, please.
So there is one also for the senior section, not about the quiz. There is always about something called experiments. So most of the students want like we are learning online, so we want some of the experiments or virtual labs. So we can have one software known as PHET Colorado, right?
Yeah.
So many of them are using that in India, most probably. So
Dhruval, I would request you can just type down those websites in the chat box.
Yeah, sure, sir, for sure. Yeah.
So that would be a great idea that everyone comes to know because it's in Indian context. We'll try it out.
Sure, sir, sure. Yeah, it is written by Murtuza Bhai, so it's,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, Gizmos and FIT. I have not used FIT, but I will try to. And just as teachers, I think it's a good idea to just go and give it a try. Make 2-3 questions just to see how it works. Share it with yourself on a different email address. That is how I test it every time. I just add 2-3 questions, see how it works. Is it easy? Do I need to make changes? And that was very, very nice inputs. Thank you, all the teachers.
Brilliant inputs. Yes.
Yeah. So let's move on. To the next question. Okay, the next question that we wanted to talk about. We know we are all talking about quizzes. We are talking about testing students, assessment, and everything. But as per my experience, and I'm sure it is everybody's experience, still you do not connect with your student. It is very difficult to involve them in learning. So you have to know your student. You have to know what they like, what they dislike, why are they behaving like this today, or what is something that will excite them. And being virtual, I think it is the most difficult task as a teacher for us right now. So the question is, what is your way of knowing your students, especially their learning styles? So maybe people, teachers, if you have any idea, like you chat with the students before the class, or whatever you think that you do to discuss or talk to or connect with your student.
I think let us. I'll elaborate the question.
Yeah.
See, हमको कैसे पता चलेगा कि स्टूडेंट्स अच्छे से कैसे पढ़ पाएंगे? तो एक टीचर होने के नाते क्या आप स्टूडेंट्स को पढ़ाने के लिए, स्टूडेंट्स को समझने के लिए कोई टूल्स इस्तेमाल करते हो, आप उसका सर्वे करते हो, आप कैसे जान पाओगे कि स्टूडेंट्स कैसे बेहतर ऑनलाइन पढ़ सकेंगे? तो आप क्या करते हो उसके लिए? If anyone is having a special practice, I think Reshma, I would ask you to rather give an example what you do for your students, and I think then we can have an open session.
You know, this is a very very important topic, I believe, and इस पे तो पूरा 1 घंटा discussion हो सकता है कि as a teacher we all should understand as a human being that till you know the other person it is very difficult to connect, and जैसे हम लोग friends बनाते हैं तो हम लोग हर एक जन से उतना क्लोज फ्रेंड नहीं हो पाते जितना फ्यू लोगों से, बिकॉज वी कनेक्ट विद दोस पीपल. तो एज अ टीचर आई फील दैट कनेक्टिंग विद द स्टूडेंट, नोइंग व्हाट द वे ही लाइक्स. हम लोग ने सबने टीचिंग कोर्सेज किए हैं, वी हैव बीन वर्किंग विद स्टूडेंट्स. तो मेरा आइडिया या व्हाट आई लर्नड ओवर अ पीरियड आई विल लाइक टू शेयर विद यू. मे बी उसके बाद यू कैन डिस्कस. So I came up and I learned, basically I did a summer course from International Society of Technology in Education. Say I'm a member of ISTE. So a very very good concept. The first assignment हमको मिला था, that was identity charts. That means हमको as a teacher हमको ये assignment करना था and upload it. तो identity chart मतलब क्या? बीच में आप अपना नाम लिखो. तो when you share it with your students को अपना नाम लिखो. This is called 9 circle web. तो 9 circle web मतलब it is identifying your own self. तो खुद का एनालाइज करना. So teach students कि खुद को कैसे एनालाइज करे. स्टूडेंट खुद ही कहेगा कि I like more वीडियो वाले विजुअल. I learn by reading. मैं क्वाइट काम करता हूँ. तो कोई कहेगा मैं ग्रुप में ही पढ़ सकता हूँ. कोई कहेगा मुझे 1-on-1 ही पढ़ना अच्छा लगता है. एक हाथ कोई स्टूडेंट कहेगा कि I like soccer. एक कहेगा कि I like cooking. I like drawing. So that means that child learns by visuals. So it is very important to know about each child. And then जब assignments दिए जाते हैं, then you put them in those groups. तो groups में डालने से कैसे कि you know how the child is learning. तो आप directly हम लोग we cannot decide that ये बच्चा पढ़ नहीं रहा है, ये बच्चे को बस time pass करना है. No, everybody has their own way of learning. So identifying what is the way that a child learns is like connecting. And ऐसा experiment से prove हुआ है कि the more casual and friendly you are with the student, the more you know the child, the more child opens up. और वो ज़्यादा पढ़ सकता है क्योंकि जितना easily absorb करेगा.
So I think this is somewhere in Indian context, this is a less ventured area because we have many students with us as Mukul ma'am said, or as another teacher said here, we have 25 students or 30 students in the classroom. And we are so excited to just launch the session and to continue with the syllabuses that actually we forget to understand and learn about the students' learning system. So this is something, I think if it is new for us, this is something worth implementing. We should have preferences from the students. Maybe then it's not necessary that every student would be in a better position to answer this question. But even if few students will answer these questions, then as a teacher, you would be better knowing your students, and then you will be in a good position or better position to teach them with those set of different tools. जैसे रेशमा ने बताया, say out of say 20 students, if 7 students are answering this particular question, and few students will answer that okay, आपको पता चलता है कि उसको visuals अच्छे लगते हैं, किसी को videos अच्छे लगते हैं और किसी को forms या quizzes अच्छे लगते हैं. तो क्या होता है कि भाई next time जब आप अपना academic session try करोगे तो आप you will try to accommodate a quiz inside your session, you will try to accommodate a video inside your session, you will try to accommodate an image map inside your session so that those students are having visual learning capacities will learn better using this image map. So a variety will come in your academics, a variety will come in your delivery mechanism, and thereby you will cater to different learning scenarios or learning requirements of the children. So if any of the teacher is trying this thing, if any of teachers have prepared a tool, किसी ने फॉर्म बनाया है, आप कैसे जानते हो कि स्टूडेंट्स कौन से तरीके से अच्छे पढ़ पाएगा? Then that would be the answer to this question. That's what Rashma has posed at this point, and we would love to learn कि आप क्या करते हो उसमें. And Narjit ma'am, you have a different idea with this?
We can't hear you.
Yeah. So I think Dhrubil has got some idea. Dhrubil?
Yeah. I want to share one thing. Yeah, ma'am, please continue. Then I will.
Yeah, I just wanted to add in, when we are conducting online class also, you will notice that there are so many children, when you ask them a question, they are not ready to speak, but they will instantly type it in the chat and send you. That means they are understanding, but I don't want to unmute myself and I don't want to speak. And there are others who will not, lazy enough to type, but they will unmute and speak. And you can, gauge the levels of the children from there only. Okay, this child is a wonderful one when it comes to writing portion. This child is so good at speaking. So when I gave projects also, I tried making a group of 4 children wherein I included, children who were from different capacities. And it's all, I included a child who could explain the project. I included a child who was good with technology. Then another child who was good with the writing skills, etc. So when you gauge the students, when you get to learn about the students that way, it really becomes, it becomes really good for the children also to exchange their skill sets and everything that they know about. So it is very, very important. I feel it is very important for a teacher to know what they are dealing with. And this gets set, you can set the tone, say in the earlier classes itself, say in classes 3 or 4, by the 4th class, you are able to learn. Online, I'm talking about, you are able to learn, okay, which child is good with what. And the one particular child, he will say, कि ma'am आप ना video बना के भेज देना skill sets की, तो I will be able to learn it better. The other will say कि ma'am video की जरूरत नहीं है, आप written में ही भेज देना, notes मैं पढ़ लूँगा मैं. So you know the kind of children you are dealing with, and you know how to make them speak up, how to do what, and what to give to what child, and what which areas to work with which kind of particular child. So that is very, very important when I feel as a teacher, as a vice principal also, when you are dealing with that. So it becomes very important for you to gauge your children online, in online classes.
When you connect, then only the learning happens, is my understanding. Yes, Deepali ma'am, you wanted to say something?
I wanted to suggest an alternate to the identity charts for larger classes, like Dr. Vishal said. I was thinking that instead of, if the class is too large and there are limited alternates, then maybe there is an alternate poll of the kids about which of these alternates that are offerable. We poll the kids and see who fits where. That might be one way to get the kids' input and know that there are some that would prefer audio or visual or Flipgrid or whatever other method. Another thing that came up in the conversation was experiments. For experiments, what I have tried successfully was to use Flipgrid. So I would show a video or one of the standard conversation starters from National Geographic or Discovery as a conversation starter, and then ask the kids to do it at their own home, record it, and upload it to Flipgrid.
Yeah.
Also, sir, Flipgrid, hello, am I audible?
Yes.
That's fine.
Yes, you're audible.
Oh, something, I think she dropped out. Dhruvil, you can continue if you want.
Yeah. So basically, I was not just speaking about the tool. We used to follow the 4 lecture strategy. The 4 lecture strategy is basically for the kids who are in their boards or maybe in their competitive year. So basically what we do is, as ma'am told, basically we start with PHET as an experimental part. Then we went for NASA Kids. because for NASA kids they have so much of resources which is for the young kids, like I can say about the age group of 14 to 19. So from there then we switch to Flipgrid. So first lecture is all about how students are using these tools. Second lecture is about how I am explaining the things. Third is about their poll and doubt session, and fourth is about their presentation. So basically, one topic which we used to cover in 1.5 day, now we are covering in 2 or 2.5 days. But the clarity of the concept was so wide that I used to learn many new things from the students. So basically, we are doing this part. And 90% of students are being active because some or other way they want to use computer more than the books. So basically, this is the course which we use. So yeah.
That is a very good idea, Dhruval. Yes. Yes, Professor Deepak ji.
Yeah. To make the content more interactive, I think everyone needs to use the different type of tools, because activity-based education and specific selection of the tool, I think it is very important. If you want to teach the geography, then related Google tools, maybe like Google Earth and everything, if it gets interacted with that, then I think student engagement will take place so easily. For specific science experiments, if we are using science lab tool, then the number of activities included in the tool gets the engagement with the students. So in online system, engaging the students seems to be very difficult, but choosing the appropriate apps for the subjects, that I think so very important. One other aspect also I want to share with you, simply inputting the videos in the online learning process doesn't play a role. But if teacher did the interactive video with the advanced Google tools, then after passing through the media content, if question gets to be over there for the activity, and after completion of that activity, if it goes ahead to that off, then learning by engagement will be achieved so much. So I think this is the broad concept that I am putting over here. But I used all these things even in the school level and for the students from 8th to 10th. So this is my input related to the interactive education.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about me.
Yes, Dr. Deepak, just like you said, my expectations for geography, history, you can actually take the students visually to that place to show them how it looks now, how the people are there. So it is amazing. These Google tools are really great. So thank you so much, all the teachers, for all the inputs. I think we should move on to the next thing. So just as I discussed, our next assignment is about the identity charts. So let us try to audit our own selves. So I'll be sharing a link with this. So the assignment is just, I made it on Google Slides. Just make a copy of the slides, put your name in the center. There is no need to share with everybody. If you are open, you can share it. Otherwise, just keep it for yourself. It took me a lot of time to analyze myself, exactly what I like and how I present myself. So take your time. And then once you are comfortable, feel free to share with the students. The next thing that we want to come up with now is we are growing now. So you can see we have really nice, good educators. We are really good people who are sharing things. And we want to reach out to more people. So just like Google Educator groups are voluntary groups of organization, voluntary groups initiated by Google for Education. And we are here to learn, share, inspire, and empower each other. So Dr. Waria, you would like to take this up, please?
Yeah. So we need good people to work with us. So we are just opening up an option to all the teachers and all the educators connect with us, all the members of GEG Pune, that yes, if you are an active educator, if you are a tech-savvy person, and if you like to explore more and share expertise with the fellow colleagues, fellow educators around the world, then please join us for some kind of work, which is again voluntary in nature. GEGs all over the world are voluntary. Google Educators groups are all voluntary groups where we just share the expertise and collaborate. So here we have just shared. I think Reshma, you just share the form link there or later into this chat. So we are open to people to join us on voluntary basis, where you would be working. Say either if you are very good at social media, then you just need to promote the events in the social media. If you are good in preparing some slides or some kind of material, then you can help us preparing some material. Okay. If you are good at say fetching dates from experts from other part of the world, and if you got good resources with yourself, you got good contacts with yourself, then you can also ask us to arrange sessions of experts on particular topics. And there are different ways you can work and associate with us. So Reshma is going to share this form link. She has already shared. So I would wish that if you are ready to work with us, then you kindly fill up this form. We will scrutinize the entries, and based on what is your area of expertise, based on what exactly you people can work with us, will allow you to have that area of expertise for yourself. And those who will be selected for a particular work will be assigned a badge from GEG Pune. That will be a GEG Captain badge. That is basically that if you are good at social media, then you will be assigned a particular GEG Captain badge. If you are very good at, Reshma, can you just show the badges, please? The badge ones. Yeah. So you can see this. These are different. So we have different 4 categories. So it's Empower Captain, Inspire Captain, Share Captain, and Learn Captain. So these are 4 categories of captains that we wish to have with us. And if you're fitting in any of these positions, please fill up this form and cast your presence with us. Your form will be accepted and scrutinized, and based on your inputs, you will be asked to contribute your work. And then based on the work you contribute, you will be assigned a badge, which you can share in your social media, which you can share as a signature in your email IDs as a captain, and which is something very good thing which you can exhibit in your profile.
So because it is a voluntary, nobody is expecting any kind of experience or anything. It is not an interview. It is just that if you're ready to give some time and just come together to promote this activity more. We want more and more teachers to be able to do it, and we would love to have your expertise in any of these areas.
Yeah, hi Reshma. Do we need to be Google certified for this, or is it okay? Because we've not got yet ourselves Google certified. Myself.
No. It is nothing. You don't have to be certified. You should be just ready to give your time and your expertise. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's great.
So I will also share the link on the emails that we are sent, and feel free to reach out to Dr. Varia, myself, Dhruval, anybody, and we will move on to the next one. So before we go say thank you, there is a big announcement to make. Dr. Varia, you would like to do that? Should I put up the slide?
Yeah, please put up. So here we have. Should I be putting up this presentation, Reshma?
Yeah, you can do that. You want me to stop sharing?
Yeah, let me share it then from my area.
Okay.
So I suppose you are able to see my screen.
Yeah.
All right. So as Reshma announced it earlier. Okay, as Reshma announced it earlier for this thing. So we are very glad to to have GAG Ahmedabad being recognized by Google as a GAG group, Google Educator Group, and we are officially being accepted by Google as GAG Ahmedabad. I am leading GAG Ahmedabad, and with me I have this Dhrubil as a co-leader with me. And yes, we are so excited to launch this GAG group tomorrow. I'll be sharing the link with you. Just a moment, I'll be just sharing the links with you. Tomorrow, 4th October, please mark this date, 4th October, 6 to 7 p.m. IST. Reshma would also be joining. Mrs. Sangeeta Gulati would also be joining. We'll also be having some members from Global GAG, Global Educators Group. We'll also be having some members, and there'll be a little presentation about what GAG Ahmedabad is, what will be our activities, how we shall be functioning. And we are so glad to announce this launch event tomorrow. I shall be sharing the links right away on your screen on the chat box. And for this, I need to stop sharing the screen. I'll be just sharing the particular links. Just a moment. Yeah. So I would request you to join in the Google Meet tomorrow with the link that I'm going to share here for the launch. I'll be also sharing this link on our GAG Pune group. You can also connect with us on this social media. There are different platforms I've already created. You can connect with us on the Twitter. This is our Twitter handle. You can connect with us on the Facebook page. This is GAG Ahmedabad's Facebook page. I would request when you connect with the Facebook page, you just like the page, you follow the page, because you can see this, there is a number being displayed, GAG Ahmedabad, and there is a unique number being displayed where I would like to get it named as GAG Ahmedabad. And the prerequisite of this naming is that the page must have at least 25 likes. So once it has 25 likes, then the naming option will be available to the page so that it can be customized. You can also join this Facebook group of GAG Ahmedabad. This is the email. This is the link for Facebook group. Another last thing before we just go with the next slide. We are also ready with this WhatsApp group of GAG Ahmedabad. So the last is the WhatsApp group link of the GAG Ahmedabad. So all educators from Gujarat or from other parts of, thanks Murtaza for the instant follow-up, from other parts of the world and for GAG Ahmedabad, we are launching this event tomorrow, launching this group tomorrow. We'll be having more announcements done tomorrow. What are the set of activities that we're going to continue? We'll be having some regional connect. Gujarati ma apne training consider karsu, right? For all those who are there in Gujarat, from Gujarat, right? So Gujarati, Hindi, we'll be considering this in the training sessions. Our objective basically is to spread the word for Google for Education. The very first thing is because Google for Education is itself a free tool provided by Google, and it becomes our onus to promote it as much as we can. And there are many things. Google as a company has also invested a lot in India for giving a good platform, IT platform to India. So there are many things that we're going to discuss tomorrow. So on this occasion, I invite you all for the launch event tomorrow from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time, right? So all other parts of the world now officially be declaring this event in other social medias. So this is the very first platform we're declaring, thanks to Reshma. So a very big thank you to Reshma again for recommending us for GAG Ahmedabad and recommending us as leader for GAG Ahmedabad. I see that it's 1 month that we launched GAG Pune, and here we have GAG Ahmedabad just after 1 month of it. And GAG Pune, GAG Ahmedabad, or any other GAGs will not be any different from what we are doing right now in GEC Pune. We will still be continuing our activities in GEC Pune. The schedules of every Saturday will continue with GEC Pune. We will be doing something different with GEC Ahmedabad, and those things will be announcing tomorrow. So I am keeping this a little secret or a little on a climax. I would want your company for the launch event tomorrow. So you're cordially invited, and I'll be passing on this invitation on the email list as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Varia. We are excited for your
Yes, Reshma.
new GEC Ahmedabad, and the more best part is actually you will be able to reach the regional community. That is that is very important because we want to reach every corner of the country. So I'm very excited that you are able to launch GG Ahmedabad with Dhruvil, and I'm
Yes.
hoping that we get to have more GECs around the country, where there will be leaders who are ready to take up the responsibility and then expand this further.
Yes, I see Murtaza giving a comment in Gujarati. Murtaza, that's so great. I'll be glad to have you on board.
So
But
yeah,
definitely maja aavse, Murtaza.
yes, I am excited too. And
Yeah.
yes, and there is another announcement. Too many good things going on. So next week, our own Murtaza, who has been a member of GEC Pune and he's talking in Gujarati, stays in Dubai. He will be giving us the next session next week. So
Yes.
and it is going to be a very exciting session. He shared what he wants to show everybody how they can use the tool that he's going to teach us. So please make sure that you join our next session. So thank you, Murtaza. We look forward to your next session.
As a matter of fact, Reshma, I would just like to add this. I would just what Murtaza is going to take up as an event in the next session, what as a topic, has recently been launched as a feature in Google Meet for India. So this is a very right time. We need the training, and Murtaza, we look forward towards you for this training in the next session.
Yeah.
Reshma would be having the announcements as soon as possible. Yes, Murtaza, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Varia. Thank you, Reshma. Looking forward for it next week.
Yeah. Thanks, Murtaza.
Yes. And I will request all the teachers, educators here, please share your expertise. We know you have all been working hard, and we just want to support each other. There might be a lot of things that you have done that nobody else knows. Please feel free and please share your expertise. We would love to learn from you all.
Exactly. So we are all a bunch of very good educators having our own set of practices and our own set of expertise. This is exactly the concept that we should be sharing with each other. Some motivation and some inspiration. Your practice will help others to do something new, innovate in their own practices, and this is where exactly the collaboration is benefited. So once again, thanks for this, and I await you all for the tomorrow's launch event.
Yes, we'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
So
Thank
I think
you.
we conclude today's meeting over here. A very good open chat session, very good suggestions, and the 3 questions that we discussed. I think we'll have a summary of it, and we'll be sharing it over email to everyone, and so that we can always fall back on this session again.
One more thing. Can you just share the quizzes sites or whatever has been put up in the chat so that it's easier for us to.
Yeah. We will give the question and answers that we have discussed in this. We'll share it on the email to all the members.
Yeah, sure. That's great. Yeah.
So quite on time. Thanks everyone for joining in for this open chat session. See you tomorrow, 6 o'clock IST, and thanks again for joining in. We conclude our meeting over here, and we can leave the meeting. Our time is up. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
So I'm Reshma and Dhruvil. I would just request to be present.
Okay.